Hey guys, welcome to week 1 of the 75 book challenge. My name's Alexia. If you're new here, hi, welcome. If you're joining me again, hey, I'm so glad you're back. I'm gonna be splitting up the 75 book challenge into week-long videos. It is currently April 27th when I'm starting this. I hope you are excited. The rules are that I have to complete 2 45-minute reading sessions each day, one of them not being in my bed. I'm gonna try to have one of them be outside on days that the weather is nice. Obviously right now it looks like it's about to rain, so I probably won't be doing a reading session outside today, but to log all of my reading in a journal. And this is the big one: no purchasing new books. I didn't know that was a part of it. I don't need to be buying new books, but I always want to. 75 day long book buying ban, and then you better bet your bottom dollar I'll be in that bookstore on July 7th. You're gonna see me there, okay? And maybe I'll do a vlog. I can read books on my TBR as well as books from the library, but I'm gonna try to mainly do books on my TBR because my TBR is currently sitting at 102, which that is good if you've seen any of my other videos. If you're new here, you might be like, what is this crazy girl talking about? That is deplorable. And I'd agree with you. That is a problem, and I acknowledge that. Hopefully during this challenge, we will get through a good portion of these. 16 of the books that are on my TBR from 2023, 16 from 2024, 43 from 2025, 27 from 2026. That's quite bad, I will say. 63 of those are fantasy, 16 are romance, and I also have quite a lot of books on my Kindle, so if all else fails, I could read that. And then obviously I have my library cards. I believe in us. I'm the only one doing this challenge. Starting out, I'm gonna be starting the Vanishing Cherry Blossom Bookshop. I just got this at Barnes & Noble. It was $5 with a purchase of a drink from the cafe. I got a matcha and I got this. And it's pretty short. This is gonna be a long journey, so make sure you subscribe and follow along. I would love to have you. My water bottle. Let's take a second for the stickers. Yeah, so if you haven't also seen my anime vlogs, I do vlogs where I read light novels and manga as well as talk about animes that I'm watching. So if you also like that kind of content, you found your girl. If you like anime and reading and lifestyle and you like to have a fun time, honey, you're home. I will be back later for another reading session. You're gonna get to see me 2 times in one day. Wow, how awesome is that? Let's get cozy. Share it with Barry. This is Aries. You'll probably see lots of her. She loves to cuddle. Let's go. just to do a big stretch after a nap. I completed the 45 minutes, got to chapter 2, and so page 70. I'm liking it. It's reminding me of Before the Coffee Gets Cold, which I liked that one too. So far, it's talked a lot about grief. The first customer we follow is a girl. Her mom has recently passed away, and she's having to figure out what to do with her place. She's wondering if she ever even knew her mom. She's at the park reading The Little Prince, and she makes a wish. She wishes that she could know more about her mom and remember more, and she suddenly wakes up at the Cherry Blossom bookshop. The store owner happens to also be reading The Little Prince, and she explains that for this bookshop to work, a customer has to be reading the same part of the book as the owner is at the same exact time, and the cat that lives at the bookstore will tell the owner what the person is reading, kind of seek out people who need help or guidance. He sits down, has a drink, starts talking to this girl, and then begins reliving memories of her mom, things that she doesn't even remember witnessing in the first place from her childhood. Now chapter 2 is about to start, and we're going on to the next customer. So that's a pretty good stopping place. I am going to do some journaling. I'm liking it so far. I'm almost halfway. I'm back and I put on comfy clothes. I'm going to journal about what I just read. I think that it's definitely going to get sadder, but I am excited to continue reading, and it's pretty easy to get into. It's told over 4 seasons. Each visitor to the bookshop holds a book that bridges their past and present, guiding them towards understanding and acceptance. The owner and cat help their guests confront their lingering sadness through the power of stories, helping them move forward with renewed hope. I started chapter 2, which is the second customer, and I regret to inform you that I did cry. Yes! Oh my gosh. First one was sad. The second one, it follows an older man who has dementia, and he's living in a elderly care center, and one of the workers is calling him grandpa, and he's like, who is this girl? Like, what? Just because I'm old means you can call me grandpa? Lady, I have a name. It actually is his granddaughter, and his daughter comes to visit, and he keeps asking, like, where's my wife? Where is she? And the daughter has to go through telling him over again that she had passed away, and then a little while after he had a stroke. They had to put him in this nursing home essentially, but they decided to do that one because his granddaughter works there, and they were apparently very close. It is a dream of a memory when he asked his wife to marry him, and she said, I will, as long as you promise me, and he couldn't remember what, and the whole day he's just racking his brain, like, what was it? Like, I need to remember the promise, I need to remember the promise. Literally. Shut up, I'm crying and dying. The person's book was The Little Prince. This one is 10 Nights of Dreams. Started reading it because it was his wife's favorite book, and he just showed up in the bookshop and is about to see this memory to see what promise he made to his wife. So sometimes I like to listen to music while I read, sometimes I don't, but when I do, either listen to random instrumental music or I can't even play this. Go listen. Can you actually hear that? Stop, that's so funny. You can hear that. POV, you're sharing earbuds. Also like listening to Studio Ghibli music, like listening to soundtracks to shows and stuff. Sometimes I like listening to the music from Apothecary Diaries, sometimes Have an Official Blessing. Let's go. So sad. What? I finished the book. I think I'm gonna rate it 3.75. Yeah, the second story was my favorite. The fourth story I liked. I thought that it really wrapped everything up. I did enjoy it. It was a quick read. Magical, cozy, heartbreaking grief. Hey guys, welcome back to day 2 of the 75 book challenge. Both of my reading sessions at a coffee shop. I'm gonna be there for a while, so I might as well just do both of them there. I'm gonna be starting Daughter of the Pirate King. I'm actually gonna try to finish it while I'm there. I'll probably be reading longer than 45 minutes in each session, or at least the second session. I'm just going to probably try to finish it up. I feel like it won't take me that long to get through it. It is kind of short. I did read The Shadow Between Us by this author and I did like it. I don't know how I'm going to feel about this one. I ended up finishing Daughter of the Pirate King and I rated it 3 stars. I don't know if I'm really a big fan of like pirates and mermaids and sea fantasy. I don't know. I think it's most of the time I don't necessarily love it. But there have been some that I enjoy, so I'm not gonna write all of them off, but this one was pretty juvenile and I didn't care for the main character, but I don't think I'll be continuing this one. Standoff of the century going on right now. We've officially completed day 2. Hey guys, welcome back to day 3 of the 75 book challenge. I'm going to be starting the first 45-minute reading session and I'm going to be reading 10,000 Stitches by Olivia Atwater. I loved Half a Soul, so I'm excited. This one follows Effie and Benedict. Who is Benedict?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
They probably have some overlap, like they'll mention the characters from the first book most likely. I liked Half Soul a lot, so I'm excited to see how this one will be. I finished and I'm stopping at page 97, which is like 40% in. And I'm liking it so far. Not as much as Half a Soul, but I am liking it. I do have an inkling as far as the romance goes. I have some thoughts and some guesses. I don't want to spoil anything. This is very whimsical, very magical. If you like the world of The Cruel Prince, but make it Regency romance-esque, you'll like this. I really like this series and I like this author's writing. Effie is a maid and she strikes up a deal with Lord Blackthorn, pose as a lady to have the opportunity to marry Lord Benedict. Mr. Benedict wears a glamour and goes to these balls to try to get close to him and see if he feels anything for her as well. Lord Blackthorn begins helping her. She has to sew 10,000 stitches into a coat for him to complete her side of the bargain. As well as if she doesn't marry Benedict, she has to come back to Lord Blackthorn's manor in Fairy to work as his maid. I really like it so far. I'm going to continue reading 10,000 Stitches. I did recall that Lord Blackthorn is in the first book. There's characters from Half a Soul that have shown up. I got to like 75% into the book and I'm liking it. Definitely not as much as I'd like to Have a Soul, but I am enjoying it. I'm definitely gonna have to finish it tomorrow. I'm on chapter 14, page 182. There are 245 pages, less than 100 pages left. Welcome back to day four of the 75 book challenge. I'm going to be finishing 10,000 Stitches. Like I said, I'm liking it, not as much as the first one, but I do really like this author and their writing. And this series is very whimsical. Magical Regency England connected to fairy. And I think the romance is about to get good. And I'm excited. Her romances are always very sweet, so. Finished. And I'm gonna rate this one 4 stars. I did like how the romance ended up. What I guessed earlier, I was right. She went in the way that I thought that it was going to, or hoped it was going to. And I'm glad. And the way that it did, I wouldn't have liked it as much. Rating it 4 stars only because I didn't connect with the characters as much as I did the characters from the first one. I loved the characters in this, but I really loved the characters in the first book. I felt a deep connection with them. The girl is a housemaid and she acquires a sort of fairy godfather, but he has no idea what he's doing. He's trying to help her, and with the glamour that he gives her, she appears as a lady. So try to win the heart of a man she has her eyes set on. I'd recommend this series if you like magical, whimsical books, if you like Regency, if you like romance, if you like anything fun, actually. If you like joy and whimsy, read this series. The next book I'm going to read, let me go get it. I'm switching it up a little. Happiness for Beginners by Catherine Center. Literary fiction romance. These like aren't her rom-coms. I have loved every book that I've read by her, so I am excited about this one. I actually have no idea what it's about. Helen Carpenter can't quite seem to bounce back. Newly divorced at 32, her life has fallen apart beyond her ability to put it back together. So when her annoying younger brother Duncan convinces her to sign up for a hardcore wilderness survival course in the backwoods of Wyoming, she especially doesn't anticipate that her annoying brother's even more annoying best friend Jake will show up for the exact same course. It turns out sometimes disaster can teach you exactly the things you need to learn. So I'm going to read this one for my second 45 reading session today. Hey guys, so for this reading session, I'm actually going to do something a little bit different. My library has the audiobook available, so I'm going to go on a walk and listen to it. I'll probably read some more physically tonight. I have a little bit of time and the weather is really nice. Got like 35% into the book. Wasn't loving the narrator. Some of it does feel like a little millennial core, you know what I'm saying? But that's fine. I'm interested so far. It's definitely not pulling me in the way her other books have in the past. I have to drive together to Wyoming to go on this survival hiking boot camp, essentially. They end up kissing before, and she tells him to act like they're strangers. She thinks that he regrets it. I'm like feeling pretty about it. I'm going to continue, but right now, if I had to rate it, I'd probably rate it a 3.5, but take that with a grain of salt. I'm not even halfway through, so. Welcome to, what is it? Day 5? Today, I'm going to try to finish Happiness for Beginners. Leo? I'm 65% in. Why is this guy kissing every girl there? Why? Why? I don't care that they're not together. I actually don't care. If you're writing a book where you want the reader to root for these two characters to be together, why are you having one of the characters kissing every girl in a 50-mile radius? It's like actually making me upset. Like, I don't even want to finish it. I'm going to. But I'm going to finish it. I finished the 45 minutes. But I'm just going to finish it now because I'm tired of this. I'm tired of it. I don't even care how it ends. I'm upset with this guy. He's literally making out with this girl, and the main character is laying 5 feet away. What is wrong with you? Sorry, I'm getting angry. What is wrong with you? She comes out here to find herself, to escape, to be one with nature. And she is being forced to be around these people that are obsessed with her brother, little brother's best friend. And the guys think he's so cool, and the girls all want to be with him, and everyone's talking about how awesome he is. He's making out with other girls. At this point, I would have rather it had no romance. I would have rather it just be a book about her going and finding herself. I would have enjoyed it more. I love Catherine Center and I love her books, but this one, I just do not think is for me. We'll see how it ends, but right now it's not looking very good. More stuff was going down behind the scenes, but I still feel like that part was unnecessary. I still feel like him kissing other girls is unnecessary. Like, he had this secret, and like, okay, that's fine. Which, there's been a similar secret in a past Catherine Center book, I won't say. And I thought that one was done well, because in light of this news, the characters weren't then going and getting with other people. I thought the hiking aspect of it all was interesting. Her finding herself and getting over things that have happened to her life as far as her divorce, grieving people she has lost. All of that I enjoyed. But there was no part of it that I like loved. And there was a part that I really didn't like. So I think I'm going to rate this one a 3 stars. But I would really recommend her rom-coms. I'm done with that one. So let's figure out what we're going to read next. The next book I'm going to read is Her Majesty's Royal Coven. On the eve of the summer solstice, 4 young girls took an oath to join Her Majesty's Royal Coven, established by Queen Elizabeth I. Now, decades later, the witch community is still reeling from a civil war. With conflicting beliefs over the best course of action, the 4 friends must decide where their loyalties lie. Okay, this one seems interesting. It's book 1 in a trilogy, but I only have the first book. So we will read that for my next 45-minute session. I'm going to start Her Majesty's Royal Coven. I'm a little nervous. I have like no expectation, no idea for how this is going to go, but I've had this since 2024, so I guess I should finally find out. And then after this, I think I'm gonna read Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. I've never read a book by her, but everyone's always talking about her. And I'm going to read Just for the Summer. I'm gonna read that this summer. So I want to read Part of Your World first because they're connected. There's another book that's connected to those two. I don't have it, so I'm probably not gonna read it. Maybe I will eventually if I really like these two books, but I can't buy books right now. I'm looking at you. Looking at you, 75-day booked. How dare you? How dare you? I was right next to a Barnes & Noble last night too. Almost went in, but thought, why tempt myself when I can't even get anything? Okay, so you're evil. I've decided to DNF Her Majesty's Royal Coven. I'm just not liking it. I like certain aspects of it, but I don't like the writing and I don't like the pop culture references. The concept is really cool. I like witches, I like covens, the idea, but I don't like the execution. But I gave it a shot and I will be unhauling this book. So tomorrow we will start Part of Your World. Tracker going in my journal as well as writing my thoughts after reading. So I'm gonna write DNF. First DNF, right? Pretty good. I am a chronic DNFer, so we will see. There'll probably be a couple throughout this challenge. There might even be a couple a week. Who knows? Maybe you'll get that lucky. I will see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back to day 6 of the 75 book challenge. Now I'm gonna be honest, today I did go to the bookstore and I did get some books. But before you come for me, I used credit, so I didn't buy any books. I spent no money. And only one of them was a book that I haven't read. The other ones were shelf trophies, okay? Technically, I'm still on a book buying ban. Just because I acquired some books for free doesn't mean I bought any books. So maybe that's a little workaround, but I don't know. I'm going to be starting Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. Oh, it's over there. I'm going to start that and then I'm going to pretty much be doing these 45-minute sessions pretty much back to back. I'm going to take a little break in between. It's already 5:30. My friend was visiting in from town and we went to brunch and it was so very nice. And then I had to go to Second and Charles and I was selling some of my vinyl and CDs that I didn't need anymore. Getting rid of those, and that's how I got the credit. I haven't really had time to sit down and read yet. Chapter 11 of Part of Your World, and I'm liking it so far. Our main girl drives her car into a ditch. The guy who comes to help her happens to be the mayor, and then he goes to the local dive bar and she shows up trying to get something to eat, and his friends make a bet. Whoever can leave with her gets $100. He goes up, he says, hey, like, just to let you know, these guys are betting, so don't go with any of them. And she said, oh, well, what if we leave together, then will you get the money? He said, yeah, actually, like, we could split it. And then, because she said that she's already leaving, so they said, okay, we can split it. They leave. They end up going back to his place, spend the night together. She's gone in the morning. She realizes that he is 9 years younger than her. She's 37 and he's 28. So a little bit of an age gap, but she's older, which I like. I feel like it's always the opposite. And that I don't like. It feels more creepy. I don't know. It's usually just like the way it's written. The stories that I've read, it's written a little more creepy. I'm looking for anything, but she did feel a little spark, so she wants to keep seeing him, but it's nothing serious. Girl, get serious. Ah! Seeing each other on the weekends. and he lives in like a small town, and I like it so far. Hey guys, so I didn't get to film yesterday, but I did read. What can I say? Except I'm enjoying it so far. I'm on chapter 22 now, so almost like halfway through. So I'm thinking I might be able to finish it today. If not today, then tomorrow. But I kind of want to finish it today because today is the last day of part 1. You'll just have to come back for the next one. I will be doing this. I will be doing 1 week vlogs, 11 videos. Y'all better put your seatbelts on, strap in, because this is going to be a wild ride. Our main girl is getting out of a bad relationship with a deplorable, nasty, disgusting man, and her family has been big in the medical world, and she's supposed to take the torch, and she was with this guy who is like a great surgeon or whatever, but he's horrible. They aren't together anymore, and now that she's seeing this new guy, she does not want anyone in her life to know about him because she doesn't want to hear their opinions because she knows they're going to be rude. All of them are like rich, stuck up, spoiled, pretty much horrible. All of those characters I low-key hate. Her ex is showing up saying, oh, well, my name is on the deed for the house or whatever, so I can live here too, and you can't make me leave. He's like shutting off the breaker on her side of the house. He's being like, literally get rid of this man. A cute romance, but it has a lot of real life topics and serious things going on. Not all sunshine and rainbows. It's real, but I like it. I feel like it's good. I really like the guy. I like the girl too. I love the guy's small town. It's so cute. I'm a sucker for a small town. If there's a small town, I want to read about it. I need coffee, and then I'm gonna go read, and I'll be back with a reading update. I'm back. I read it. I read the rest of the book, and I read it all in one huge chunk. So I like combined the two 45-minute reading sessions pretty much. I mean, I did stop to eat, so I guess they were broken up. But I wanted to finish this book, so I didn't even have time to come talk to you. Things were crazy. But I finished Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez, and I'm rating it 4 stars. I really like the writing. I like the characters. I don't have like a deep connection to the story or the characters, so I wouldn't rate it higher than a 4. I do want to read more books by her because this is the first one I've read. I do have Just for the Summer, and I am planning to read that relatively soon, so I'm excited for that. I'll have to keep an eye out for other books by her. Hopefully I can find her books used. I got this one at TJ Maxx for $7.99. Did you guys know that TJ Maxx has books? As we already discussed, me and you together, we've decided that I'm allowed to use credit, like free credit, like at Second and Charles or at Chamberlain's. I'm allowed to do that, but I know it was above 100. Now it's sitting at 97. This is the first time that it's been below 100, and I don't even know how long. Is that horrible? Yeah. Yes, but if you think about it, I don't spend that much money. I don't spend that much money on books, because a lot of the time I will take books to used bookstores and then trade them in using credit, so I'm not even spending money. I can't even tell you the last time I paid full price for a book. Actually, when was the last time? No, I actually can't. I just can't tell you, because okay, my goal, setting it right now, My goal is to get my TBR to 75 by the end of the 75 days. Do you think we can do it? I hope so. Cats are running around rampant. They have the zoomies, so if you hear like it's them going crazy and insane. So so 16 books from 2023, 14 from 2024, 41 from 2025, and 26 from 2026. Next week, so like starting tomorrow for me, but next week for you, I'm gonna be starting the week by reading my May TBR. Maybe I'll read more books. Who knows? But the monthly reading vlog is gonna be mixed into this challenge because how am I gonna have time to do both? What? Week 2 video, so keep an eye out for that. I'm gonna be starting that tomorrow. And then the book I'm gonna be starting with is And Now Back to You by B.K. Borison. So if you want to see me read it, you'll have to come back next week. As of right now, the books on the agenda for next week are And Now Back to You by B.K. Borison, Uprooted by Naomi Novak, maybe that's how I say it, Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. We're gonna have to focus in on the 2023 and 2024. This is where I catalog all of the books. Here's my TBR. If you want me to do a little deep dive into the apps that I use to track my books, I can do that. I have to focus in on the books from 2023 because why do I still have books unread from 2023? That's all for this video. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'll see you next week when I'm doing the same thing. We'll see how it goes. There were some days where it was difficult, okay? I felt like Tom was closing in on me, but we did it. 5 books DNF'd 1, 2 4-star reads, 1 3.75, and 2 3 stars. Hey, maybe next week we'll find a 5-star read. One can only dream. Stay tuned. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you see when I post, because I do post once a week, but occasionally I'll post twice. And you know, I think that's like even better. It's like a little treat. Comment down below what you read this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next week. Bye.